Rotarians. I have with me today the king of Rotary District 6970, Governor Rich, with his queen, Marie.
What?
Whatever. I have the absolute best of the best of the best right here with Lady Flamingo. I have District Governor Rich and his beautiful bride, Marie. Let me tell you something. I'm excited to have you guys here. How's it going?
Hey,
Great.
we're happy to be here. We're excited too. Heard so much good things about these interviews.
Have you? They're all lies.
PDG Jeanette doesn't lie.
We're just having fun.
Yeah.
So, Rich, I tell you, it's so exciting. How did you become a Rotarian? Let's talk about that. How did you become a Rotarian? What did it for you?
So I joined Rotary in 2003. I did not become a Rotarian until I went out to Mississippi for a relief trip after Hurricane Katrina. And that just changed everything about the way I thought about Rotary. And that's when I talk about, you know, being in Rotary versus becoming a Rotarian. And being a Rotarian, there's a difference. And that effort, it was partly with my company, partly with our church at the time, and of course with Rotary. And it just changed my complete outlook on Rotary and how we do service. And it became very meaningful for me at that point. So that's in a nutshell, you know, what kind of sparked it for me. And I think that's what I try and get from stories from other Rotarians is, you know, what was your moment? What was your aha moment? What was your Rotary moment where, you know, the light came on, switch, and it was just something that was a lifetime. And there's some wonderful stories like that out in our district.
So, Marie, did Rich influence you on becoming a Rotarian? I mean, how did you get in it, girl? I mean, I'm looking at you right now. You're all fabulous with the flamingo glasses. I mean, what? Was it his influence?
Well, I definitely am always there as his partner in crime. But Rich and I, throughout the year, we give to, you know, our church and different charities. And at the end of one of the years, Rich is like, well, let's work on our annual giving. And I actually didn't really know a lot about Rotary at the time. Rich knew what he was doing. He sent me to the website, to the foundation. And
that's a good place. That's a good place.
And on there, you had choices of where you wanted your dollars to go to. And immediately my eyes went right to polio and ending polio, because my mother's a polio survivor. So I was all about, you know, helping polio. And my aha moment was when I went to India and did the National Immunization Day in India in 2011. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we both have different passions, and Rotary feeds both of them.
So, Rich, what is one influential change you're going to make as your year as governor? I mean, of course, you know, the flamingo is one change, but what is one influential change that you're going to make?
Well, I think as we do this interview, the last days of July, we're still in the middle of a pandemic that is still increasing, both in cases and deaths in the state and nationally and in the world. And so we've changed in Rotary to adapt. And I want to be a part of that change, influence that change. And it's actually our theme this year is Rotary Opens Opportunities. And this is an opportunity for us to influence change and go to different meeting formats and not necessarily think that we can go back to the way it used to be. And so I want to be a part of helping us adjust to these changes that are forced on us, but in many ways are a very good change. And as we try and do different meeting models and adjust to the 21st century. So that's a big thing for me. And also, if I'm allowed to have two things, it's just continue what Maria referenced is this battle to eradicate polio from the world, it's very important that we keep that prize right in front of us. We only have 2 countries now that are endemic with polio. Nigeria was declared polio free in the last 30 days, I believe. And it's so important that we continue this and eradicate polio. So I want to make sure that even in this sea of change, that we stay focused on that.
Well, I know you mentioned COVID and this pandemic, so I want to show you something that I have that you can't get. Pink hand sanitizer. Can you believe it? It's all about the pink. I actually have pink hand sanitizer. Look at that. Look at that. So I have to send some over to you.
I was going to say, how do you get pink hand sanitizer?
I'll tell you, years ago, because, you know, it's all about the pink. See, pink isn't a color. It is an attitude, baby. It's an attitude. So I have everything pink that you can imagine. And a few years ago, they came out with pink Germex. I purchased all of them. So I use them.
To find them.
Yeah, you can't find them anywhere because I have them all. So even with us being safe, I still do it in a pink, fabulous way. So Marie, you are digital savvy. In fact, I hear you're a digital savvy guru. How has that benefited our district?
Well, especially with this whole COVID thing, you know, the whole technology, like we had to do district training assembly, you know, on the fly at the last minute kind of thing. We had to do that virtual and try and figure out how people could link to it and the easiest way to make it so that they, you know, could navigate this new technology. So, you know, there's a lot of that going on now between, you know, in lots of different clubs. And especially as clubs start to navigate doing a hybrid, you're still going to have people Zooming in and having live meetings. And, you know, you're going to have to figure out that technology so that the people in Zoom are not being left out and the people in the room aren't being left out. Right. So it's going to be interesting to navigate it. And, you know, I'm there to try and help people with questions and see how we can help.
She did a great job with the training assembly.
She did. She really did. Kudos for that. Oh, I want to introduce you guys to my friend, Pinky.
Ah.
She cute. So I have one for you, Rich. I'm going to make sure you get one. But I've got to ask, in 5 years, where do you see yourself in Rotary? Probably with Pinky, right?
Yeah, with Pinky.
On a beach, retired.
So where do you see yourself 5 years in Rotary?
Honestly, many district governors go on to zone appointments, or, you know, even, you know, a rare few get to be Rotary International Director. I aspire to none of those. I may go quietly into the night under the rule of 85.
I don't know.
I'd like to think I'll be helping our club continue to be successful, our district to be successful, and that I would have the chance to celebrate the eradication of polio in the world within that 5 years.
That would be great.
So.
Now, Marie, do you aspire to be on the international level? I mean, come on, girl, you've got some sass.
Yeah, I know I do, but no, I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
No, okay. So let me ask you both, how has being a couple in Rotary have made your marriage or your family stronger?
You know, we work on a lot of the projects together. So it's probably made it strong and not strong at the same time as you're together all the time.
Right.
You know, so we work on projects together. We work through things together. You know, I'm that person that's in Rotary. So I understand when he's talking about things that are happening, that I can be that person he can bounce things off of.
Yeah, I think, you know, the communication, I mean, she has a lot of skills to just start a draft of something. I'm a, you know, not a great starter of new things, but if I get it in my hands, I can put the message I want to it. So she gives me that first draft of something. The newsletter that we just published came out. She gets my mind, she gets what I want, and then she puts it together, and we go back and forth on a draft of the newsletter. And I think for the first one, it came out pretty good, and we intend to continue working on it, improving. There's some great technology things that we can incorporate as we go forward, but it's that kind of relationship where she hasn't quite read my mind yet.
Well, I mean, I've got to ask. I mean, have you had a few little squabbles and you look at each other and go, that's not in line with the 4-way test?
Yeah.
Have you had to use the 4-way test on each other?
Not directly. I don't want to weaponize the 4-way test.
Okay, so if you were stuck on a deserted island and you can make one dish or take one dish that Marie makes, what would it be? If you could have just one dish.
So we joke.
Does she cook?
Yeah, she's a very good cook. We joke that I'm the chef and she's the cook. And she actually has perfected a couple of my family recipes that I used to have to make.
Oh, that's nice.
So there's a family style chicken enchiladas. There's a pork, what we call a pork special, which is pork and noodles sauteed in tomato-based sauce. All really good, but she makes amazing lasagna on her own. I had nothing to do with it. She's developed her own recipe from her family, and it is just amazing. I don't even get lasagna in a restaurant because it's not worth it. I just wait once a year or so.
That's pretty impressive, Marie. That's pretty impressive.
Gotta have that lasagna.
He wishes I'd make it more, but I only make it when there's Rotarians or family members that are sick. And I make a pan for them, and then Rich gets pan.
Oh, that's super sweet.
I'm not wishing anybody sick, but I sure do like that lasagna.
Well, I just want to say, just the thinking. So, Marie, if you were on an island, aside from Rich, who else would you invite to stay with you on this island? Woo!
Well, I tossed it up, and I decided if the person had to be living, I wanted Bobby Flay on the island because I don't want to cook all the time.
Oh, okay.
But living or dead, if I'm on an island, I need Jesus with me, baby.
I'm with you on that. That is the truth. It's all about the JESUS. That's pretty cool. So let's talk about women in Rotary. How are women in Rotary influencing leadership around the world? I see it a lot, especially in a lot of different organizations, predominantly male-led organizations. I see that women are really starting to make their mark in Rotary.
Absolutely, and it's there is actually a Women in Rotary a seminar series. So that's I think tonight or tomorrow. No, the 31st.
31st.
That discusses the first Rotary International Club president, the first woman in Rotary, and can you believe it? It was in 1987 or something. That wasn't that long ago. Well, we made huge strides since then, and I think that for me, the obvious thing is that the ladies are get work done. They just do things, and they make things happen, and I think that is just we're continuing to increase slowly, incrementally the percentage of women. I'm proud to say that 5 of the 12 assistant governors that I have working with me are ladies, and I think both Coop, DGE Coop and DGN Jeff have similar feelings that we need to keep bringing the women in Rotary into leadership positions and opportunities, because the women offer so much. I saw a comment somewhere, a woman has never really started a war in the world, right? It's all been started by men.
Wait a minute. You have not been in the shoes department. Look, so when a sale is going on, there are plenty of wars happening over there when it comes to picking up.
I stand corrected.
I want to thank you both for being with me. Truly has been an honor to be with the king and the queen of Rotary District 6970. But before we go, we've got to have a dance party.
Okay.
Okay. So just, are you ready? Let's see what you got. All right, let's go. Come on.
Go, baby.
Thanks, guys. You've been amazing, and this has been so much fun. Lady Flamingo signing out. You know what you got to do. Stay fabulous, baby. Stay fabulous.
Service above self.
All right, guys, that was good. Thank you so very much. I think we are, let's stop that bug.